O holy night, where darkness reigns, and winter falls on all terrains, we step into our shadowed cave, remembering the life that summer gave. Solstice brings the time to die, just like the sun in the midnight sky. The cycle is coming to a close, but within the dark, light always grows. Rainbow warrior, awaken. Alchemy is your tool. Blending opposites is your task. In this magical mystery school, fire and water, shadow and light, the two become one. When you integrate what seems at odds, then harmony you have won. Orange delight glows within our womb, our body in rhythm with the changing moon, and all we do creatively is birth within the stormy sea. Passion, feelings, power, and pleasure. These are our gifts. This is our treasure. Our sweet nectar flows so easily when we center here, open and free. Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to a new week. And this week, we're stepping into really potent energies I'm excited to talk about. But if you're new to my channel, if you're new to this, welcome to the weekly Goddess Energy Forecast. This is Abigail Mensah-Bonsu. I am a divine feminine activator, multidimensional healer. And this is something that I do on a weekly basis to kind of help you harness the energy of the week, as well as the energies of the planets, the energies of the cosmos that are always there to support you so that you can swim with the tide rather than against the tide. So let's go ahead and begin. And as always, I'm going to start out by talking about what kind of energy we're walking into, and then lead into your messages for the week that will guide you for the week, as well as the divine mentor or mentors that came up that have stepped up to guide us through the week. And then we'll end with a meditation or visualization to kind of realign you, rebalance you, and get you ready for the week. Let's go ahead and begin. So this week is very interesting. We step into the week. Monday is the new moon in Cancer. And this part is very cool because I coined this whole year as the year of Cancer, because we began this year with the full moon in Cancer, and we end with the full moon in Cancer. And apart from that, we've already had 2 new moons and also in Cancer. So this year is like it's been placed strategically within the year. We're swimming in the realm of Cancer, right? And so Monday we start out with the full moon in Cancer, and we know Cancer represents the Great Mother. Cancer also represents how you feel safe and secure in the world. And so just me just saying that automatically, I'm getting that is very much highlighted this week. Being the new moon, what is really highlighted is new ways, creating new ways of security and safety. Because we all know the way it used to work doesn't work anymore. And so we're being given the opportunity to find or co-create new ways of feeling safe and secure in the world in your body. The second thing that comes in, because Cancer also represents the mother, the great mother. And so this, don't be surprised if you're being called to work on any mother wounds that you might have. It's almost like we have stepped into a super healing portal. We have the ability to heal really deep karmic stuff, lineage stuff, past life stuff. But these are like the old stuff coming up to be healed. And so especially this week will be around the mother wound, whether it is between you and your mother, or you as a mother, stepping into that mother role. Whatever that wound is around motherhood will likely surface this week to be healed and released. So we have the new moon in Cancer. And then the second thing I want to talk about is on Wednesdays, the Feast of Magdalene, Mary Magdalene. So this is very important because I actually want to share her message. Mary Magdalene is one of my my close mentors. Like, her purpose is connected to my purpose. So if you've heard me talk about DNA activation, we all have a master of light who whose DNA flows through us, or whose DNA gets activated within us. So mine is Mary Magdalene. She's she's right there with me. Okay. And she and Isis and Hathor, they're all part of my DNA cosmic lineage, right? And so I had to talk about this because this is something that we're all going to be experiencing. Like, her message is going to be very potent for all of us. So that's something I'm going to bring in so that we can celebrate. So because of that, we have two powerful mentors. And so Mary Magdalene came in very strongly, of course. And then the second divine feminine mentor is Dakini. And I love both of the energies together. I kind of see power, and they're both power, but it's like power and pleasure. Finding power in your womb space, finding power in your life, being empowered in your life, finding purpose, finding pleasure. Like, the messages kind of weave in beautifully. So I'm really excited to share this with you. So this week, we're in the portal of healing. Like, it's an opportunity for you to heal really deep stuff. And I'm going to share what came up for me with you in a little bit. Also, we're working with the new moon in Cancer. So yes, we have the opportunity to rewrite and set some intentions around some things. And if the best intention to set will be around motherhood, whether you as a mother or you and your mother. And also the mother lineage in your family too. Again, we're healing deep stuff, lineage stuff. So all of that might come up. But a great intention to set is around safety, security, and motherhood. So ask yourself this question: do I feel safe in the world? A lot of people don't right now. We know this. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now. So if you don't, you're not alone. So if you answered no, then the next question is, what would it take for me to feel safe and secure in my body and in the world? What would it take for me to feel safe and secure in my body and in the world? Now, just set that intentional question, and then let the universe provide the answer for you. That's very potent there. Yes, and then we have the teachings of Mary Magdalene coming in to kind of weave in through the week, tie everything together. The divine feminine, that's really what I'm feeling for this week. Like a huge boost of divine feminine energy coming in to create protection, to bring in healing, to bring in nurturing. I'm getting restoration, regeneration. Like the possibilities are endless. It depends on what you need. So make sure you spend some time focusing on what you need physically, emotionally, especially emotionally, because Cancer is in the realm of water. So the emotion, if you haven't already experienced this a lot, the emotions are heightened around this time because of the Cancer new moon. So pay attention to especially the emotional realm, and then spiritually, and mentally. There we go. On all levels of your being. But the main one to pay attention to with this new moon this week will be the emotional realm. Okay. Finding balance in the emotional realm. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin, because I am itching to share the message. So before I share the individual messages that came in, I'm going to share the divine feminine mentors that we all have this week to work with. So before I share the message, I want you to be open to receive whatever is in here for you. So set an intention that what is mine to receive from these messages? What is mine to receive from these messages? I want you to close your eyes and take in a deep breath in and out. With your next inhalation, breathe in light. So imagine, see a sense of feel that you're breathing in like just this cosmic light from the divine, filling in your entire lungs, your body, every organ in your body, every cell in your body. And with your exhale, exhale anything that does not feel good, anything with a lower vibration than what you're breathing in. And imagine, see, sense of feel that beautiful pillow of light coming down from above, entering into the crown of your head, going all the way down through your head. Let it anchor into your heart and awaken that threefold flame within your heart. Taking a deep breath in here. And from there, allow this pillow of light to continue down, down, down through your hips, through your legs, your thighs. Let it go all the way down, out through the bottoms of your feet. Let it enter into Mother Earth, going deeper and deeper and deeper. And when it reaches the center of the Divine Mother, go ahead and anchor it into the Divine Mother securely. Now, this vision might look differently for everybody. It might look like you're actually there being held by the Divine Mother, or it might look like you drop like an anchor into the middle of the earth, or it might look like you're sending roots all the way down and it wraps around like the oldest tree there, or wraps around the mountain there, like however that vision comes up to you so that you can feel securely connected to the Divine Mother. Breathe. And again, set that intention. I am now open to receive, and that which is for me to receive from these messages, from this week's energy forecast. I am now open to receive, and that which is for my highest good from this week's energy forecast. I am now open to receiving that which is for my highest good from this week's energy forecast. Taking a deep breath in and out. Come back. Open your eyes, ready to receive. So, like I said, the first Divine Feminine mentor that jumped up immediately is Mary Magdalene. And Wednesday is the Feast of Magdalene. So that's something that celebrates the mission and the pathwork and the work of Mary Magdalene. And the card says, Apostle to Apostles. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. That's something that I've always known, that I am a bridge between the divine and human. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. And so when I got my DNA activated and she came in and I started researching about her, and I read this mantra on this card, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, Yes, that is me. That is exactly me. I am the bridge between heaven and earth. I am fully human and fully divine. And here's the thing, even if your master of light that is in your DNA is not Mary Magdalene, the truth is we are all fully human and also fully divine. You know, this is something that we need to remember and not deny one or choose one over the other. We are both. You know, before we became human, we were fully divine. And when we dropped into our human shell, we brought our divinity into that human shell. So we're both. So here's a little bit about Mary Magdalene, if you're not familiar with her. So Mary Magdalene embodies the capacity we all have to merge with the soul and receive divine guidance through a love that never ends. Mary was born in the 1st century in Magdala, Israel. She was the first to witness the resurrection, and for this reason is revered in Christianity as the apostle to the apostles. In the meaning of Mary Magdalene, author and Episcopal priest Cynthia Bourgeois, okay, relates that the Gospels of Thomas, Philip, and Mary Magdalene all reveal Mary not only as Jesus's beloved companion, but also as an equal partner in teaching and transmission. The author believes that Mary Magdalene's gospel contains a secret teaching that Christ gave to Mary so that she could pass through the 7 gates, the 7 stages, to reach the soul or the nose, which is the highest point of the soul. And it is this union with her soul that allows Mary to see the risen Christ. In classic iconography, Mary Magdalene is associated with an egg and the color red because of an Eastern Orthodox legend. It says that she used an egg to teach the court of Tiberius Caesar about resurrection. Caesar doubted her and responded that a person could no more rise from the dead than the egg in her hand turn red. The egg turned red immediately. Legends relate that Mary then traveled to the south of France to escape persecution and to continue her ministry. It is believed she lived that last 30 years of her life in the caves of Saint Baume. There she met with Christ with a love that inhabits the human heart, but that lives on beyond it. So Mary Magdalene represents the fierce, unwavering love that we all have access to within our own vulnerable hearts. It's a love that renders all things sacred, from the animals to the angels, from the poorest to the most powerful. It's a love that sees the inherent worth of all things, and it's a love that remains even through the darkest times, even through death. Her love is the one that resurrects. Her love is the one that resurrects. The Gospel of Mary Magdalene relates that Jesus came to unite us, to demonstrate to us a true human being, meaning a person who is both fully human and fully divine. This is what Mary became, and it is why she was so beloved by Jesus. She didn't seek to follow him. She sought instead to become her true self. Mary Magdalene reminds us that we have the power to receive vision from within. We are worthy of such proximity to the divine because that's the other half of what it means to be truly human. She reminds us that there's a bridge between heaven and earth, and that we are that bridge. And she wants us to remember that the truest church we can ever enter is in the heart. This is where our true power rests and where love never ends. So a question to contemplate this week is, where has my love not reached yet? Where has my love not reached yet? Powerful teachings, right? I love her. She really, she's one of the goddesses that really represents the empowerment of not just women, but also human beings, in embracing both our divinity and our humanity, and having compassion for being human, a human vessel, housing a divine soul, right? So the next divine feminine essence we're working, we get two this week, pretty awesome, right? The next divine feminine essence we're working with this week is Dakini. Here's a card. And it says, the enlightened feminine. Ooh, my gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. So Dakini is the embodiment of a feminine wisdom that goes beyond reason or the intellect. Dakini is translated into Tibetan as sky goer. She is a tantric priestess and a female manifestation of wisdom. Kind of reminds me of Sophia, who's also a divine feminine manifestation of wisdom. She is. So she is elusive, playful, and ultimately defies definition. She represents the enlightened feminine principle of non-duality that transcends gender. She contains a sharp, quick, and uncompromising energy that can feel radical, wild, and free. As a space dancer and sky goer, the Dakini has left the rigid boundaries of Earth and the laws of gravity. She's about the limitlessness of the sky, and because of this, all possibilities are open to her. In Tibetan Buddhism, she represents the inner realm as a meditation deity, the outer realm as a tantric yogini, and the mundane realm as a woman who teaches spiritual truth in each moment of her everyday life. She holds the gold tantric staff as a symbol of the ultimate union she has attained. And you can kind of see that in the picture if you can. Ecstasy, bliss, and emptiness. Ecstatic bliss and emptiness. She can appear as a messenger, a guide, or a protector. She's known for being ruly in whatever she does because the ordinary rules of conduct doesn't apply to her. No man rules her, and a taste of freedom is what she wants to give us most of all. The Dakini means that the task will be accomplished. Whatever it is you're currently working on, a project, an answer, or a decision, she will help you see you through to the other side. In whatever form you need most, as a playful angelic presence, as a taskmaster to help you maneuver through whatever is hard, or as a messenger with the wisdom that's needed for you to take the next step. But with the Dakini, the answer and the way forward is not with the intellect. She is the embodiment of feminine intuition. She reminds you that you have an innate power to know instinctively what's best for you now. The Dakini means it's not going to be a straight yes, a straight clear yes or no. With the Dakini, it's the third option. She reminds us that there's something out beyond yes and no, or even right and wrong. There's something your gut will tell you if you can be expansive enough to hear the answer. She's not bound by the usual or by the expected. She will allow you to come up with the unthinkable, the most imaginative, and the most brilliant outcome possible. So with this, she is asking us to contemplate on this question this week. What is my intuition telling me in this moment? What is my intuition telling me in this moment? Which, one thing that we know is cancers are very intuitive. Actually, all water signs are very intuitive, but Cancer especially. No. Scorpios are pretty intuitive too. So the element of water just really brings us to our intuitive nature. So that's something this week that might come up for you if you're not someone who is led by their intuition. If you're someone who's led by intellect, there's a place and a time for intellect, and it works better when it's combined with your intuitive nature. So if you are being led only by your intellect, you're really going to be called to also step into your intuitive nature, to figure out where your intuition is, what your intuitive voice is, what it feels like, what it sounds like, and to start following your intuitive nudges, taking steps through your intuitive nudges. So those are two beautiful divine presences working with us this week. Now, if you haven't yet, make sure you ask the question. You can close your eyes. Which of these cards are for my highest good? Which of these messages are for me? 1, 2, or 3. And once you receive the answer, go ahead and open your eyes and receive. So this, I chose like one of my old decks. I really love it. It's the Rainbow Warrior Oracle deck. And so let's go ahead and begin. Let's just dive in. So if you were drawn to card number 1, this is your card. This week is all about releasing. And it's all about releasing. And it's connected to the direction of the north, which for me, well, not for me, the north represents your spiritual connection. So for you, connecting to that intuitive voice, working with your higher self in terms of what you need to release, to help you recognize what needs to release, what no longer serves you, so you can make way for better things. So here's the message for you if you're drawn to card number 1. Daughter or son, turn now to the, let's see here, turn now to the north. Your compass card directs you to know that a release is needed. It is midnight, the darkest time of the day. This season of our great mother honors the time of deepest night. Yet within the great darkness, the seed of light awakens and begins its return. The woman has journeyed through all stages of her life now. It is time to let go of the world. Only after releasing her life to death can her soul open to a new life. Beloved Rainbow Warrior, you are in the depths of darkness. You must allow this phase. Your challenge is to accept what in your life must come to pass, whether a relationship, an old belief or attitude, a situation that has served its time. In order for you to birth something new, what do you need to let go of? What part of yourself and your story must you surrender in order to begin to live a new story? With this release, the circle of life continues to unfold. Beautiful. So, this is a cycle that we all honor, the cycle of death and rebirth. This is a cycle that is reflected in nature. This is a cycle that is, every woman goes through every single month with our period, right? This is a cycle that we constantly go through. I call it the cycle of the phoenix, death and rebirth, because at any given time, depending on your evolution, your transformation, you notice the old no longer works, and it will be time for you to release that, make space for what is new. So in my Moon Goddess Circle, which we did our circle on Friday, one of the exercises I gave them is to look at some of the things that they've always wanted to create, experience in their life, and evaluate why it hasn't happened yet. And then I invited them to ask the question, what is stepping in their way? What is preventing them from experiencing that, manifesting that, or creating that experience in their life? And then working with your higher self to release those blocks, or call in your divine team to release those blocks from their path, release whatever was holding them back so that they can make space for what it is they truly want to experience. That is kind of like what you're being asked to do this week if you're drawn to card number 1. And because it is a new moon in Cancer, because we're swimming in the element of water, evaluate your emotional realm. Are your emotions in alignment with what you want to create, call in, and manifest? If not, then what type of emotion do you need to step into that will bring you more in alignment with that which you want to experience, right? So that's a powerful one. You're being asked to not be afraid to let go. So the other thing is that you might even be asked to maybe declutter your house or clean your office, or clean your car. However way you're being asked to let go, flow with that. And if you need help, because this is associated with the north, right, which is the seat in spirit, which is like your connection to spirit, all things divine, you're being asked to also call in your divine posse, your divine team to help you with this release, to bring you the fire that you need to burn away that which needs to be burned away, to give you the courage and the strength to be able to release that which you need to release, right? So that's card number 1. If you're drawn to card number 2, here's your card. This week is all about synthesis. And this week is about alchemy, blending the opposites, integration. And here's the message. Here, our rainbow warrior represents the synthesis of opposites, embodying both the divine feminine and masculine. Held within the sun of her womb is a downward triangle of the sacred feminine. There you go. So you can see. The sacred feminine, pregnant with possibilities far beyond what she has imagined. Her 4 arms and hands represent her expanded powers. Can you see it? At her heart, she holds the flame of spirit. At her belly, she caresses the golden sun. Another hand pours the nectar of wisdom upon the earth. Her 4th hand radiates the sun power she has integrated within and is now able to share with others. She quested on the mountain and has become her own vision. Transformed and transcended, she now walks on the clouds. Beloved Rainbow Warrior, the message you're receiving with this card of synthesis is this. You are now being called upon to join opposing forces to create a new possibility. What does this mean, you may wonder? Alchemy is your tool. When we say this, we are speaking of the ability to hold 2 different views or energies and allowing them to create something new within you or your life. You may experience 2 opposing groups right now, conflicting choices, friends, beliefs, and can't imagine how to unite them. You're being asked to open to the possibility of a creative and as yet unforeseen solution to this conflict. Remember, conflict can only be resolved through the compromise and cooperation. Conflict can only be resolved through compromise and cooperation. Both sides have to shift in order to come to a place of harmony. In alchemy, forces unlike one another are brought together in the synthesis of something new and better. Hence the age-old saying of turning lead into gold. Imagine yourself as the archer. She holds the bow and arrow, 2 very different objects, Seen separately, they appear to have very little to do with one another. But when you open your mind to see how they work together, they make for a very powerful tool and weapon. United, the two parts create something new and useful. Breathe in and take a moment to center yourself. What opposing forces are at war within you? Sit and hold both aspects of the conflict without judgment. No right, no wrong. Trust that from this receptive and open state of mind, positive resolution will arise. Remember this: when opposite forces are integrated into harmonious unity, then synthesis is achieved. We counsel you to take caution. If you view these conflicting interests or opposing views from a perspective of polarization, the situation will intensify. When you open to potential of creating new possibilities through the unification of non-judgment, the magic of alchemy can bring you to the higher resolution. Dear one, gently breathe in these medicine words into your body. So close your eyes and breathe. I embrace synthesis and I create something new in my life. I embrace synthesis and I create something new in my life. I embrace synthesis and I create something new in my life. Beautiful. So that was card number 2. If you were drawn to card number 2, that is your message for this week. It's about recognizing what opposing forces are arising within you. Having compassion with self. Stepping in a place of non-judgment. And setting an intention on bringing those two forces together in harmony within you. It kind of reminds me of this mantra: I love my light as I love my shadows. I love my light as I love my shadows. Cancer, new moon might trigger some of that emotional shadows, some part of you that you might not love. If that happens, you're being asked to find love in those areas too, to bring love into all those areas too. I love my light as I love my shadows. That's a powerful message for card number 2, if you're drawn to card number 3. So card number 3, if you're drawn to card number 3, your card is creative, associated with the energy of the belly. You can kind of see how all these cards are connected with the image, right? They all have some kind of activation in that center, that solar plexus, the belly center. Yeah. So let's see what message this card, if you're drawn to card number 3, this week is about creating, feeling, allowing, flowing, and just gracefully tapping into pleasure. This is all like Cancer energy. Like all 3 cards like really bring in a different aspect of Cancer. So, Rainbow Warrior, know that from your belly flows your creativity. If you're drawn to card number 3, this week is going to be about using or finding creative ways to heal, to create, to express yourself, to flow, right? To feel. Using creative ways for emotions to flow. Oh, I like that. Using creative ways for your emotions to flow. Your healing attention is called to your belly center, second chakra, located beneath your belly button. Your belly center holds your emotions and ability to step into the world in full ownership of your sexuality. The second chakra also carries your passions, your pleasures, your creativity, and your ability to have intimate relationships. So this is your sacral chakra we're talking about here. So right here, the sacral chakra. From our parents and culture, we often receive messages central, your sacral chakra, allows free expression of yourself as a sexual, sensual, creative being. Pleasure and feeling flow easily. You are in touch with the ebb and flow of your emotional nature. You embrace change. You move with the ease and grace of water. Again, Cancer. Gently look within. Do you struggle with critical thoughts and feelings about your sensuality? Do you allow yourself to feel pleasure? Does your creativity flow easily? Are you able to express your feelings with confidence and ease? Do you resist change? Do you feel ashamed? If there are places in your history when your emotions, sexuality, and creativity were not met with honoring and acceptance, then your sacral chakra, your second chakra, may benefit from self-nourishing attention. So at this moment, and actually, I want to do this with everyone. We're all, because we all want to step into a place where we create from that pleasure center, that sensual passion, um, from that second chakra, to create, to feel, to flow, to allow. So close your eyes. I'm going to walk you guys through this real quick. This is a healing center for this card, but I want all of us to experience this. So close your eyes and sit quietly. Taking a deep breath in and out. Imagine yourself to be flowing waves in the ocean. Now place one hand upon your heart and the other on your belly, or your sacral chakra. Now taking a deep breath into this belly center, this sacral chakra, and simply observe what is there. As you observe what is there, I want you to speak it out loud. Whatever comes through, you can even ask, what is here? What is within my belly center? What is within my sacral chakra? Make yourself known. Do you notice any negative beliefs that you may carry about your emotional or sexual nature? Beliefs that tell you it is not okay to feel, that you don't deserve pleasure, that pleasure and sexuality are bad, that you're not creative, feelings that say that you're afraid of change. Go ahead and breathe in and allow yourself to feel for a moment, without judgment, any beliefs that may arise. Breathe into it. Sink deeper into this. Remember, the emotional realm goes deep. So allow your breath to take you deeper to this area, so you may identify what is no longer true to you. Now, are you ready to let go of those that no longer serve you? All those feelings and emotions that no longer serve you. Now taking a deep breath in And breathe out and tenderly release all negativity you may carry within your belly center, your second chakra, your sacral chakra. Release all the lies that have been stored there, all the lies you've been telling yourself about your creativity, about your feelings, about your confidence, about your sexuality. You can even set the intention that I now release with ease all negativity that I may carry within my sacral chakra, my belly center. I now release all negativity, all lies, any limiting beliefs that I have held within my belly center or anywhere else in my body. Let's go ahead and expand that, because sometimes it gets stored somewhere else. So anywhere in the body that this is stored, release that now. Taking a deep breath in and out. I release it, I release it, I release it. I now set myself free from anything that is no longer for my highest good. I release, I set myself free from any negativity, any emotional blockages, any lies that I've told myself, any belief that I have believed that is not for my highest good. I set myself free now. I release it with ease and grace. I release it with ease and grace. Taking a deep breath in. With your exhale, completely release. By releasing these limiting beliefs, you make room for new beliefs and a new story about yourself. So now I want you to go ahead and tap at the center of your chest and receive these medicine words into your body. And you can even repeat it too as you're tapping your chest. I claim my sensual pleasure. I celebrate my sexuality. I am creative. I allow and accept all of my emotions without judgment. I flow gracefully with the ever unfolding changes of life. I create. I feel. I flow. I allow. I am graceful pleasure. Taking a deep breath in here and out. Feel these words expand and get programmed into every cell of your being. Feel this beautiful golden light coming down from above, surrounding you, so creating like this egg-like structure around you. And from there flows into your body, within your body, and flows to all those areas, especially your sacral chakra, where you just released all those limiting beliefs and the lies, flowing there to fill in with the truth of who you really are. Fill it in, programming every cell within your body with your truth, that you are creative, that you feel, that you flow, that you allow, and you are graceful pleasure, and that you claim your sensual pleasure, that you celebrate your sexuality with joy and ecstasy, that you are creative and you allow and accept all of your emotions without judgment, and that you flow gracefully with the ever unfolding changes of life. Taking a deep breath in here, connecting you to the flowing energy, the element of water that is connected to Cancer and the new moon in Cancer. bringing in new intentions of your being, of you feeling, of you being in your sexual energy, your sexual power, unapologetically. Breathe. Calling in new intentions for you to ground, for you to experience, whatever it might be. Beautiful. Taking a deep breath in here. As we thank the beautiful goddesses, the divine feminine presence that stepped in this week to guide us, as we thank our messages coming from our guides to support us through this week. Thank you, Mary Magdalene, and thank you, Dakini, for the beautiful messages and activations. Thank you, Higher Self, for embodying us and walking in front of us and setting the stage for us, helping us to heal and release any limiting beliefs held within our bodies, in our emotional bodies, in our power center, in our pleasure, sexuality, emotion center. We thank you for this, and we thank you for all this. We ask that you bless this week for us. May we experience only the best of the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Beautiful. When you're ready, open your eyes. So I invite you to come back to this meditation throughout the week. If you feel like boosting this emotional center and pleasure center and creative center and this realm of water and sacred relationship and sacred feelings, make sure you come back to this meditation to get boosted up again. Call in, work with your higher self, work with your divine team. Thank you guys for receiving this week's meditation and messages. Thank you for receiving this week's energy forecast. Until next time, have a fabulous week. And for those of you who haven't received your copies yet, my new co-authored book, Awakening, came out on Friday. And it is now a number one bestseller on Amazon. So make sure you go there. You can find the link in the comments, in the notes. You can find that there. Go ahead and grab your copy. You can still grab it for 99 cents. And all proceeds go to a very beautiful charity that is encouraging and educating women about the doula services and supporting women through pregnancy and childbirth, sacred childbirth. So go ahead and check it out. Get your copy. The stories in there are empowering. They're really helping humanity awaken to its fullest potential, especially in the time that we're in. So thank you for supporting us in the work. And go ahead and grab your copy and let me know when you do. Send me a message about what you think about the book and the chapters and how it resonated with you. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again, and talk to you soon. Goodbye.